All right, what's up, Nick? How are you doing today?
Hey Eric, I'm doing great.
Appreciate you taking the time to meet with me today. I'm really interested to hear about the new Touchstone Energy program that you got going in Harrison County. And so wanted to get you on here and kind of introduce you to the builders and the homeowners in your area that may not be aware of the program. Describe what it's a little, what it's about and how homeowners and builders alike can benefit from it. So why don't you kind of kick us off and tell us a little bit about yourself and just jump right into the program.
All right, yeah. My name is Nick Guesswine. I am Harrison REMC's energy advisor and key account rep. I actually just got hired on back in last January. So fresh in here, looking to revitalize the program. The program has actually been around for a long time.
Right.
My predecessor, Bob Guesswine, um, he's been promoting energy efficiency and new home construction for a long time.
Yep.
He did seminars back starting in 1996.
Yep.
And then this program actually started in 2004 by our power supplies or Hoosier Energy.
Okay.
And it was adapted nationally. So all over the country, co-ops were had this program available. But nationally, it didn't really quite take off as well as it did here in Indiana. And
Okay.
specifically here with our location, our co-op here locally. Bob's seminars had a lot to do with that, as a lot of the contractors who might be viewing this video are aware,
Mhm.
to promote the program and talk about the benefits of it. So nationally, again, they didn't use it very much, but here locally, it did a lot for promoting our local efficiency. Indiana is very competitive with a lot of the states on as the efficiency that we build our homes here locally.
Yeah.
Um, and back when this started, when you said the word energy efficiency, people thought you were crazy and thought it was a waste of money. And contractors did not want, they thought that was a bad word, right? Back then. But now you're crazy not to build efficient. It's just how efficient. You know, codes, we're going to build efficient house, just standard built home.
Right.
So just to the level of energy efficient that you want to go to. So this program really helped that locally go into that direction. So, but about 2, 3 years, I think it was 3 years ago, the national program decided to cut it loose and they were going a different direction with different programs. So Hoosier Energy also decided to discontinue the program. And
Sure.
they gave the option for the local co-ops to continue it if they wanted to. Well, Harrison RMC, we have more Touchstone Energy homes here locally than anybody. And so it's been a great program for our members here. And we wanted to continue that. We
Sure.
saw the benefit to them, so we wanted to continue that. So we have. And like I said, I just started back in last January. And now that it's our program, we have control of the requirements and things like that. So we have kind of tweaked it a little bit.
Okay,
And,
cool.
and then to go into my background a little bit, like I said, I'm the energy advisor here. I'm BPI certified, Building Performance Institute. It's kind of like your HERS rating, except that's more on the modeling software side, and the BPI is more on the energy auditing and building science focused, I guess you could say.
Existing homes versus new construction.
And yeah, and more of the house as a system and less on the software part of things, modeling.
So with this new program, I know before the Touchstone program had several kind of like mandatory requirements that you do, and some things were more flexible. And I don't necessarily want to go through all the details of the program, but with the code change in Indiana that just happened, last month in January of 2020, it definitely bumped up the energy code requirements, particularly in the climate zone 4 in southern Indiana. And so one of the things that I was thinking is that this program is perfect for builders and homeowners who want to build their own house to not only meet and exceed that code, but to kind of help offset maybe some of their expenses if they want to go above and beyond code. So could you kind of talk a little bit about maybe a couple of the mandatory requirements, maybe with HVAC and insulation, and then talk about the rebates that you offer?
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so, if you're familiar with the program and how it used to operate, it was pretty intense. you know, auditors such as yourself had to be certified through the program and then go and do an on-site checklist. And there was, I mean, it was detailed to the foundation insulation, to this type of windows and doors, to it was just really detailed.
Yep.
And so we kind of did away from that, not wanting to create a lot of unneeded extra costs with running this program.
Right.
We just wanted to make sure that homes are being built to be more efficient and in a more durable and healthy way. I'd like to get into that a little bit in this video too.
Sure.
So what we've done is we do require a HERS report, okay, which a HERS rater such as yourself would have to do, which I think you're going to talk about that a little bit more. And we validate the overall efficiency of the home based off that HERS score. So that it has to meet a certain HERS score in order to be Touchstone Energy certified. And we have different certifications. We'll talk about that. But that's the efficiency. And then we have I think there's 8 other requirements listed. We have a requirement sheet that I'm sure we're going to tag at the end of this video that you can go to our website and get that paperwork and look at all of those. But, you know, to the type of heating and cooling system it must be, to the efficiency it must meet, to the type of water heating, has to be electric, heat pump water heater, geo water, something like that. And it just kind of goes through those different requirements. We've even added some things that weren't a part of the requirements necessarily in the past, and we're focused on some of the durability and indoor air quality issues that we're starting to see in the building community, in the building advisory community that me and Eric are a part of. You know, we've been doing energy efficiency for quite a while, but now we're starting to learn that we're having some durability issues and some indoor air quality issues. Eric, you've done a lot of conferences on moisture and some of the issues we're having with our air conditioning sizing and stuff like that. So we're starting to dive deeper into that too. And so a lot of the requirements also are being mindful of that to make sure that we not only build an efficient home, but we build a house that's going to last.
Yep.
And be an environment healthy for people to breathe and live in, because people are spending a lot of time in their homes now.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. And as these houses get tighter and better insulated, you know, it reduces the size of the heating and cooling equipment that's needed. And if the heating and cooling contractor is not doing the proper sizing calculations with their software, then they're more than likely oversizing the equipment, which leads to short cycling issues and lower efficiency of the equipment and humidity issues and a bunch of other things. So it's great that you guys are addressing those things. So what did I don't think you said what the tiers are. There's 2 or 3 tiers, right?
We have 2 tiers. We have a silver certification, and basically they are based off the HERS score. Okay. So it has to be a HERS score of 62 or lower to meet the silver certification. And with that certification, you get a certificate along with a $300 incentive. Okay. Now, the certificate would go along nicely with, I would hope that you would take a copy of the HERS report provided by someone like you. And hopefully, you know, if you ever do decide to sell the house, it's being said that a HERS report can add 3 to 5% value to the home. And maybe, you know, more than that potentially, depending on the buyer. But our hope is that a copy of that and a certificate like this, third-party recognition, would make the home more valuable and maybe offset some of those costs if you should decide to sell the home. In addition to the $300 incentive that we'll also give you for meeting that requirement. And then also, along with that certification, we have rebates we didn't talk about. But more than likely, to meet the requirements of the program, you'll probably be eligible for those rebates as well. So I'll go real quickly. Heat pump, if it meets the requirements of the efficiency of the heat pump, there's a $700 rebate for that. We have dual fuel. We love dual fuel systems. We have a $1,000 rebate for a dual fuel system. And if you decided to go geothermal, we have a $1,450 rebate. So you'd be able to take advantage of those, plus a heat pump water heater, $500. So if you decided to take some of those, you get that money plus the incentive money. Now, the next tier is our gold certification. It must be, this is tough to get. We do have some contractors building some homes usually custom homes to meet this requirement, but it's 45 or lower. If you score a 45 or lower, you have an incredible,
You're
very
building a good house.
home.
You're building a very efficient house.
You'll get that certification along with a $500 incentive, along with all the other rebates that I'm sure you'd be eligible in order to make that score.
Okay, that's awesome. So you can combine the rebates from the new home program along with the rebates for the equipment that you're installing in that new home as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So why is the RMC offering these rebates to builders or homeowners? I mean, what's the purpose of this program?
I get asked that question a lot.
Don't you want us to use more electricity?
Yeah. I like to make 2 points here. This is a good opportunity for me to take the time to point out that we are a co-op. We're different than most companies. We're unique. We're not for profit. So we're not trying to sell you as much electricity as we can and collect as much money as we possibly can from you. We're trying to create reliable service for you safely at the lowest cost possible. Okay. And so how we do that is just like you do. We are a distributor. Okay. So we're responsible for distributing electricity to you. But there's another co-op that is called Hoosier Energy. They're the actual power supplier. They're a co-op as well. We're a member of them. We get a bill from them just like you get a bill from us. Okay. And so if we can figure out ways that we can be more efficient to where they don't bill us as much, we can either reduce our rates or maybe keep from having rate increase. Basically, we can sell electricity as cheap as possible, basically. So in doing that, we have to think about how can we make the power generation as efficient as possible. So when you do it in your home, you're thinking about your equipment. You know, how can I make my heating and cooling system as efficient as possible? Well, we'll do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So we're going to offer rebates and incentives that will reduce what's called demand, your peak demand, things that would cause our power plant to be inefficient, cost more money to produce that power. And what we'll do is when we get our bills, we'll look back at that from the years past to see how well our rebates did.
Gotcha.
And if they start not really giving us much savings, we may change our rebates or change our program to something else or different amounts and things like that. But it all stems on doing the same thing that you're doing, is trying to save money to keep our rates as low as possible. What's great about these programs and these rebates that we offer is the members who take advantage of them, they're geared to help your personal efficiency so you can save money yourself. But you really get the added benefit of, as you utilize those, you're going to help make your usage more efficient for our power plant, which helps us keep the rates lower. So you win again. So that's our goal.
And your house is more comfortable, healthy, and efficient.
Oh yeah, and that's a big focus in we have consultations that are free along with this program that you can utilize. We'll even come out and do an on-site visit if you'd like, voluntary wise, and we'll talk about a lot of the indoor air qualities and moisture and things like that we talked about earlier.
Awesome. I mean, it sounds like a great program. So, yeah, so as I mentioned before, you know, the building code changed in January of this year. Builders are still trying to figure out the requirements, but now they have this program. There's some other, you know, programs out there that they can get some rebates from. There's also a federal tax credit that's available for brand new houses that are energy efficient, and it's referred to as 45L is the IRS code for that. But just real quickly, that's a $2,000 federal tax credit for basically building houses that are 50% more efficient than the 2006 International Energy Conservation Code. Interesting thing about that is Indiana just adopted the 2018 International Energy Conservation Code. So we're already well beyond the reference home standard for that tax credit. And what we've been finding is that a lot of builders who are building, you know, homes on basements and crawl spaces, especially custom homes, they will pretty much already qualify for that tax credit without doing a whole lot of extra things. And now they can get that plus your rebates to help build a more efficient home and meet code and exceed code and things like that. So that's awesome. So can you tell people how to get in contact with you? Like, what website do they go to find out more about this information? And is there an application process? How does that all work?
Yeah, you're going to need to contact me. I'm the energy advisor here, and I'll handle all the paperwork and give you all the information you need. Now, if you get on our website at harrisonremc.com, www.harrisonremc.com, you can go on there, and there's a tab. It's the Energy Solutions tab, and you can find out all of our different rebates and the programs. And when you click on there, you'll get the information, my email and my contact information.
Yep, and we'll definitely put the link here in the video for people, and provide a way for them to easily get to that link. And so I guess the last question I have is, if I'm a builder, can I get this for like every house that I build in Harrison, or is there a limit to the number of rebates that I can get with you guys, or is it uncapped?
It's uncapped right now. Yeah.
Take advantage while you can, right?
Yeah, and it goes from year to year. So like I said, we reevaluate all our programs and rebates from year to year to see how well they did. If they start resulting in no savings, we might change the amounts, or we might change the incentives completely.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add here before we wrap up?
Nope, just please reach out to me with any concerns or questions. If you have someone who you're building a home for who maybe doesn't understand, they want to build an efficient house, but they don't understand the products and what they're paying for. A lot of contractors feel more comfortable sending them to us here, to where they can get an unbiased presentation of the different products and strategies that are out there that they could do. And that way they don't feel like they're being sold to or pressured in any way. Yep. And then the contractor can, say, I could do that, I can do this, and it really is helpful for the contractor. Yeah. Whenever you have someone to get involved and kind of help them, educate them through the process.
Are you doing those classes once a month, or how often are they?
So we used to have seminars that we did once a month. Now we're just doing contractors for our local, or seminars just for our local contractors a couple times a year. But what we're doing now is one-on-one consultations, which is even better. We encourage members to bring their house plans if they have them, and we will detail the consultation to their house plans, because every house is a little different on the strategies that you might want to utilize, and different products and different things like that you might want to consider. So it's even better. It's one time.
That's huge. I mean, that's a super valuable service you guys are offering for free. So I would definitely recommend anybody that's building a house take advantage of that. So that's awesome, man. I really appreciate your time today, telling us all about the program. I'm sure we'll do another one of these in the future, but it's a great program. I'm really excited to be a part of it, and we'll get it out there, and hopefully you'll have a whole bunch of people calling you and coming into your office and building high performance homes in Harrison County.
That's what we're after.
All right, buddy. Well, I will talk to you soon, and we'll see you then.
All right. Thank you so much.